Good afternoon everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, it is with my pleasure to give you all a walk around and tour of the 2024 Toyota Tundra 1794 edition. The 1794 edition is essentially a Western Southern styled pickup truck, and as you can see, if you want to compare it to its closest competitor, that would be something like a Ford F-150 King Ranch. Now, on the exterior side of things, as you can see, you have a full chromed out package with a 1-inch factory lift, as you can see, which is why the truck sits the way that it does. It does also have air suspension on this one as well, which, as you can see, why you'll be able to, lower the height of the vehicle as well as raise the height of the vehicle from the way that it is currently. And overall, it just looks pretty good on both the exterior as well as the interior. With that being said, a huge thank you to Bob Thomas Pre-Owned, who is part of the Thomas Auto Group here in McKinney, Texas, for giving me some time with this one today. And so, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get started. As you can see on the key, it's going to be your traditional Toyota key fob, and it has all usual buttons right here, which include your lock, unlock, your bed release, your panic alarm, and the Toyota emblem right down there at the bottom. But starting off here in the front of the vehicle, as you can see, you're going to have a nicely accented chrome grille as expected on this particular trim level, and you do have your Toyota badge right front and center, followed by a front-facing camera. You also have front parking sensors coming across on this one, as well as your fog lights on both sides, followed by Tundra spelled out. You do have your LED daytime running lights, as well as LED projector headlamps. Checking out your wheels and tires on this one, we were taking a look at a set of BF Goodrich All-Terrain TA KO2s, and these are on 20-inch wheels. These measure 275, 65 R20s all the way around. Coming over to the door, this vehicle does have a smart key access system, allowing for easy access to the exterior as well as the interior. By having the key fob in your pocket, just come to the door handle. There's a touch sensor inside. You put your hand in, and one beep will indicate unlocking, allowing you to jump on inside. And when you're finished, close it up, tap this button here. One beep will indicate locking. The running boards will power back into place, and eventually the mirrors will fold in. The exterior color of this one is finished off in magnetic gray metallic, with the saddle brown leather interior. Coming over to the door panels, you can see you're going to have some soft touch material on top, as well as down here at the bottom. It's going to be complemented with the stitching right here, which is very nice, as well as this aluminum trim piece down here, as you can see, which also has a nice touch. You have an aluminum door handle. You're going to have your controls here for your power mirrors, your power locks, your child window lock, as well as your power windows. You have a small little storage area down here, followed by a good-sized mount pocket coming down into here, and some over here, and then you have an area where you can place 2 cup holders. You also have your 2-person memory seating right here as well. Along with that smart key access system, the Tundra does come standard with push-button ignition. By having the key fob in your pocket or within the vehicle itself, just put your foot on the brake and hit the button to go. Very nice. The Tundra does come standard with a fully leather-wrapped, racking painted power steering wheel with controls here on the left as well as on the right sides. Left is going to have some controls here specifically for the instrument cluster, audio controls down here for your volume, followed by your hands-free voice. To the right, you're going to have your cruise control settings here, lane departure, forward collision warning system, your seat track, as well as a mode button. Coming up here, we're taking a look at a fully digital instrument cluster on this one, and it does look really nice. It's going to show a lot of information, which includes your current speed and tachometer in the middle. To the left of that, you're going to have your outside exterior temperature, your distance to empty as far as your miles is concerned, as well as your average fuel economy. You also have your seatbelt reminder, as well as your battery voltage and your coolant temperature, followed by this vehicle's odometer reading. To the right of that tachometer, you're going to have your current time, your I-force information, your range to empty, as you can see that, as well as your coolant temperature, followed by your selector. Now, starting things off here, you can change things on the screen via the steering wheel, and when you do that, you're going to be getting your compass, your audio system, trailer information, as well as your trip distance, and your tire pressure monitoring system. Any settings that you want to change, which includes your lane tracing assist, pre-collision system, blind spot monitoring, parking sensors, rear cross traffic alert, heads-up display, your customized right side, as well as your trailer settings, trailer light check, followed by your vehicle settings, as well as your general settings, and then any warnings or any messages. Come over to the right as I get things set up. We're taking a look at a rather large 14-inch display from Toyota. This is going to be standard on higher trim levels, as you can see, and it does look really, really good. So as long as I get the setup here, we can take a look at the Drive Connect interface, which is very nice. And I personally kind of prefer the smaller one because it's kind of easier on the eyes, but especially if you're going to be working a long day and stuff like that. But for those of you who want something a little bit extra, you have this 14-inch display for you, which is very easy to use once you get the hang of it. You're going to have your sub-menus over here, which includes your home to your Experience Drive Connect page. You have your audio, phone, vehicle settings, as well as general settings. Come over here to your audio. It's going to show what's playing on the radio down here. You're going to have your favorite stations right over here, and then you have your menu for your radio, your audio system over here, which includes favorites, tune, FM radio, AM radio, as well as Sirius XM radio. You can search for stations here as well as your different sources. Coming down to phone, of course, you can add a phone to the vehicle, as you can see via the Bluetooth system. And then you have vehicle information, which includes your trip information as well as your vehicle alert. So if we go to our trip information, it's going to show us our current speed, range to empty, trip duration, as well as a graph of your average fuel economy. And it's going to also show us your history as well, as well as any vehicle alerts, which, as you can see, there aren't any messages at this time. And then coming down to settings here, this is where you'll be able to get not only personable with the vehicle via a profile, but you're also going to be able to go through a comprehensive list of things you can enable, disable, change, and make it your own throughout this system here. So starting things off here, we are a guest, so that's going to be where your current driver profile is going to be at. You're going to have My Settings here, which includes personal information, Bluetooth devices, general settings, notifications, Wi-Fi, displays, sound and media, vehicle customization, as well as voice and search. So just in this section here, let's go through your general, which includes your accessibility, your date and time, your keyboard and language and units. Coming over to your display settings, you can change the display, you can turn it on or off, you can set the mode to automatic, you can also adjust the brightness and contrast of the display. And then, of course, your camera, as you can see there. You can adjust the brightness, the contrast, as well as any color that you want to choose specifically. Coming over here to your Wi-Fi. This is going to be specifically for things such as your Wi-Fi hotspot, as well as Wi-Fi itself if you want those enabled or disabled. Coming down to your sound and media, this is where you'll be able to adjust your sound levels. It allows you to go into your sound level, your auto sound levelizer, which adjusts volume based on driving speed. It's going to allow you to adjust certain functions of sound, which includes your ringtone, any messages, received volume, and then you have your system, as you can see here for your system voice, as well as driver assist, and then your surround sound speakers down here. You have sound tuning, which is going to be for your treble, mid-range, and bass. You have your balance and fade portion down here, which you can adjust, as you can see, to different pinpoints of the seats, as you can see there. And then any media, and when you come to media, it's going to be basically any cover art that may come up when you're listening to a particular song or artist in the audio portion of the vehicle, which is very nice. You also have your radio sources. You can see, you can display information for FM. You can also display your HD radio for FM as well as AM radio. You can also clear your station history, and then you have your Grace Note database down there, followed by your Sirius XM account information as well as subscription status. Vehicle customization, that's going to allow you to customize things such as your lights, door control, boarding and exit, your custom drive mode, as well as your climate. And now we move on to the vehicle, which includes dealer information, info and security, as well as software updates, as well as apps. So let's just say we go to your dealer information. No information is stored stored in here. Info and security, which is, of course, is to show the vehicle name, as well as your privacy lock, which you can do that. You have updates, as you can see there, as well as licensing information, as well as apps, which includes, as you can see, just general settings here for that. Notification center. No notifications there. And as we come back down here to your apps real quick, you have Remote Connect, which of course you can connect as well through the vehicle too, which is pretty nice to see. And so with that being said, that's pretty much as far as your settings are concerned inside of the Toyota Tundra. And overall, it's a pretty easy system to use once you get the hang of it, and it's pretty nice to see. So with that being said, let's go back to our main page here. And that is going to wrap it up here for the infotainment system tour here in the 2024 Toyota Tundra 1794 edition. But before we move on to that, before we move on to the rest of the tour, this vehicle does come standard with a 10-speed automatic transmission. And when you put into reverse, you do have a nice backup camera with guidance lines, and they do adjust as you turn the wheel. You also have a 360 camera standard in the 1794 edition. You also have different camera views that you can check out, which includes your front-facing camera, side-by-side, your standard backup camera, your side-by-side view for the rear. You also have, you can see what's going on in your bed, which is, of course, there's nothing in there right now. This, of course, is going to be for your suspension, guides, as well as your auto camera right there. So overall, very well detailed when it comes on to the camera system, as well as the camera quality. Coming down here, you do have your climate controls. As you can see, dual zone setup here. You're going to have 3-stage cooling as well as heated seats for the front and front passenger. You can turn the fan system itself off, front and rear defrost, AC controls, recycling. Of course, you can adjust the temperatures to these two things right here. Fan speed is right here, auto air conditioning, sync, as well as different modes. You do have your volume knob right here, USB port over there. Below that, you do have some other physical buttons, which includes your towing, camera, traction control off switch, hazard light button right here, and then this is going to be for the third quarter window, whether you want to open that up manually, or not the third quarter window, but for your, I think for your tailgate. So if you want to open up manually, you can do that, or you can have it do it for you automatically. Below that, you do have a key wireless charging pad where you can just put your phone right here and it will charge for you. That notification line is green, saying that it's ready to charge a device as long as it's compatible. You have your brake hold right here, followed by your electronic parking brake right over here. You have your 10-speed automatic transmission. You do have your 4-wheel drive controls here. You do have this right here, which controls both your drive modes as well as your tow haul. So this little selector will come into handy. We'll talk about that in just a moment. You do have a trailer brake control over here. Coming over here, as you can see, you do have a very nice and cavernous amount of room on one side. As you can see, you can get an optional lockable safe, which is what this one has. But on this side, you have an ample amount of storage space. You do have 2 USB ports, one being a USB-C, the other being a USB. And the way that they're light up like that, that is because it's a lightning fast cable, or I should say a lightning fast charger, which is nice. And then you have this upper portion up here, which is pretty nice. You can put small items in here. And of course, you can slide this portion back and forward. When you open this portion here, you do have 2 cup holders. You can close it up here and give it a cleaner look, as you can see. Now, coming over to the seats themselves, they are very nice and comfortable. This one being a 1794 edition is right above the limited trim level, but it's not above anything like a Platinum or a TRD Pro, for example. So this is luxury, but it's not semi-luxury, if that makes any sense. The Western theme here looks really nice. I like the accenting on the seats themselves. You do have some nice side bolsters here, and overall the saddle brown just looks really amazing for the seat color. Come over to your glove box here. It is going to be dampened, as well as a good amount of storage space inside here. You have some soft touch material on this portion of the dash. You have this very nice wood grain material here. This is actual wood with a 1794 edition badging right there, which is very, very cool to see. You do have a mirror, which also doubles as a camera when you push this right here. Pretty cool technology to see. You have your 3 garage home link, settings, as well as your status. And all Toyota's vehicles come with this, which is basically a in-car dash cam, and that is really cool to have. It's like $400 or $500, and I think every new car should come with this, just in case you're met in an accident or you might have something that you might want to record. So let's say if you get involved in an incident or something like that, and the other driver calls it and they say that it's not them, this little baby here will take care of that for you. I believe you'll have to download either the Toyota app or another app that has this set up in there. And again, to have an in-dash dash cam is a pretty cool thing today to see in a vehicle like this. You do have controls here for your overhead lights, your visor right here for your sunroof, SOS here for roadside assistance. This is going to be for the doors. You do have a sunglass holder here. You have a visor here with a mirror, as well as an LED light inside of it. And then coming down to the far left, as you can see, we have controls here for our bed light, fog light controls, auto stop start, your gauge dimmer switch, your auto trip, your safety feature here, more safety features here, heated steering wheel, and a 120 volt AC outlet right there. And one last thing I'm going to show you guys is going to be the drive mode selector. As you can see, you have sport, you have comfort, eco, normal, you have sports plus, and you have a custom mode. And so overall, the Toyota Tundra 1794 edition is not just a unique package, but it's also just a really cool example of what Toyota is capable of making. So with that said, let's go ahead and continue the tour of this amazing looking truck. Coming into the back, materials do follow through in this one. As you can see, the saddle brown interior looks really nice in the back of the seats here. And again, even the accenting does follow through too, which is pretty amazing to see. Now back here, you do have two cup holders on top. You do have your controls for your rear heated and ventilated seating, which is nice. Two USB ports, one being a standard USB, the other being a USB-C. You also have a 400 watt house plug-in right there. You have your rear air vents. You have two cup holders, one on this side, or it's not cup holders, pockets, one on this side and one on that side. And then over here, you have two additional cup holders with a padded armrest. You have your fuel tank right there. The Toyota Tundra 1794 edition, when you come to the rear, does have LED taillights, and as you can see, they look very nice. You have Tundra spelled out across, you have Toyota right there, your 4x4 badge, as well as your rear parking sensors down here, and a tow hitch. When properly equipped, this vehicle can tow upwards of around 11,300 pounds. Soft opening tailgate. Coming into the bed, as you can see, you do have a spray and bed liner here, which is very nice. You have your LED cab lighting over here, as well as over there. And overall, it's a pretty basic setup in the back here, nothing too special. You also have this Line-X tonneau cover, which does come in handy. Not only will it help to keep the heat out of the bed itself, but also it's going to act as a security feature, so that way if you have any personal belongings or whatnot, it will be secured inside of the bed here with this on top of it. You also have chrome mirror covers here with LED turn signals on them, as you can see. Under the hood of the Toyota Tundra 1794 edition, we're taking a look at Toyota's 3.4-liter twin turbocharged V6. It produces 389 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque. It's going to be made to that 10-speed automatic transmission, and this one is four-wheel drive. Alright, so back in the Toyota Tundra 1794 edition, it is a great place to spend time, especially if you're into something that's more than, let's say, an SR5 or a Limited, which is basically what this is. Now, in the lineup, it goes SR5, you have the Limited, you have 1794, then you have the more expensive trim levels like the Platinum, TRD Pro and stuff of that nature. But this is a really nice looking truck. It not only does it have a southern or western look on both the outside and in the inside, but you are getting a lot of great technology, a lot of great safety features, and most importantly, this one here is pretty well equipped for the money. So with that being said, guys, that's going to wrap it up here for the walk around and tour of the 2024 2024 Toyota Tundra 1794 edition. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.